Maundy Thursday is recognized in most of the world as one of the Christian holy days, specifically the Thursday before Easter Sunday. This is remembered by the Last Supper with Jesus and the Apostles. Maundy Thursday also plays a role and has significance to the Scottish Rite, mainly through the chapter Rose Croix. The Maundy Thursday ceremony was used for many years in remembrance of this day in many Scottish Rite valleys. This was an obligatory ceremony in the southern jurisdiction from the 1870s until about 1994. All Rose Croix chapters would have a Maundy Thursday ceremony with the membership in attendance or absent with excuse. This ceremony is now known as the Remembrance Ceremony and is no longer obligatory. The oldest known printed copy of the Maundy Thursday ceremony is from 1856 and was published by Charles Lafond de Lauderdale. De Lauderdale was the Sovereign Grand Inspector General of the Supreme Council of Louisiana in New Orleans. At the time of the Concordat in 1855, between the Supreme Council of Louisiana and the Supreme Council Southern Jurisdiction USA, de Lauderdale affiliated with the Southern Jurisdiction and became one of their Sovereign Grand Inspectors General. He is also known as one of the principal Scottish Rite instructors of the young Albert Pike. The Maundy Thursday ceremony was most likely an older New Orleans Scottish Rite ceremony that de Lauderdale had in his possession from the Supreme Council of Louisiana, but we have no records to confirm this theory. As the ceremony is no longer worked by the Southern Jurisdiction, those wishing to see a copy of it might check with their Valley Secretary to see if copies are still available. The beautiful ceremony teaches charity and brotherhood. It is no longer worked by the Southern Jurisdiction, as apparently some felt that it was too Christian or religious in nature. I imagine the concern was that some might view it as elevating one faith above another. Because of the nature of words and their meanings, there is sometimes confusion in how we define religion and religious. There seems to be thought that if something is religious, then it must be part of a specific religion. I don't believe this is necessarily true, but it does seem that when something is done in the name of religion, some apply it directly to a particular religious faith or branch of that faith. The fallacy of the above can be illustrated if we look at a Roman Catholic priest. If during a Mass, the priest says, "Be good, do what is right, don't hurt others, be honorable, be fair," well, does that mean that anyone who is not a Roman Catholic should discount what the priest says out of concern that they do not wish to seem to be Roman Catholic? The fact is that there are universal truths that are shared by all sincere religions. No one faith has the monopoly on being good and helping others. Freemasonry has always used ceremonies from various religions that are meaningful to its quest for self-improvement. Yes, the Maundy Thursday ceremony is based on a Christian ceremony, and if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. The ceremonies was used in Rose Croix chapters. A Rose Croix Knight is a very thinly veiled Knight Templar. It's one of the Templar degrees in the Scottish Rite, and the Knights Templar were Christian. The fact that the Scottish Rite uses this Christian ceremony does not mean that it is advancing one faith above others. As an example, I'll use myself. To the best of my knowledge, I have no Italian blood in me. Regardless, I still very much enjoy Italian food. I like Chinese food. My liking something that is associated with another group of people does not mean that I am denying who I am or trying to be something that I am not. It only means that I can appreciate things that are not associated with me or part of my own culture and heritage. Freemasonry takes moral lessons from a number of faiths. The Maundy Thursday ceremony centered mainly on the concept of giving and sharing, of helping to provide for those in need. In Christianity, the ceremony is representative of the Last Supper, but the idea of breaking bread or sharing a meal with others has symbolic connotations far earlier than Christianity. There has always been a need for humans to be social. The idea of sharing food with others is natural and instinctual within us all. The need to be associated with others is a fundamental part of us. Eating and sharing food fulfills this internal requisite. This is what is taught and offered in the Maundy Thursday ceremony that the Scottish Rite used. When you look at the surface of a ceremony, you may see something that is beautiful, but by looking deeper, you can find the hidden gems. This is especially true of ceremonies of the Scottish Rite. The Maundy Thursday ceremony is not simply about sharing, but teaching us to build on all that we have already learned in the craft lodge. If we have paid attention, it is the end result of our learning. If we look at the Scottish Rite craft degrees, we learned a lesson of Hiram, just like the craft degrees of all rites. But in the Scottish Rite craft degrees, the story is told a bit different. In the lesson of Hiram, we learn of 3 bad guys. In the Scottish Rite ceremony, we are taught that these bad guys represent 3 specific human failures: ignorance, falsehood, and ambition. Now think about the charitable acts that are taking place in the Maundy Thursday ceremony. If one were to give in to any of these human failings, we should not expect him to understand or participate in advanced acts of human enlightenment. Ignorance, falsehood, and ambition can be seen as the root causes of most of the problems in the world. Sharing, giving, and being charitable are far less possible if one has fallen to one of these flaws. If one is ignorant, then they don't know the right thing to do. Falsehood is often born out of ignorance. Someone may be ignorant of the truth, so they will accept something false. And the greatest killer of all is ambition. Those seeking only power, glory, and fame will often be the ones found at the heart of most of the problems we face. We cannot serve 2 masters at the same time. There is no room in our heart for the failing of the bad guys, as well as the beauty of the teachings within the Maundy Thursday ceremony. This is why the ceremony was for so many years obligatory. But even then, we are taught that those who could not attend should take a few moments out of their day and spend a little time in private thought. The idea was to think about what is truly important in life, what is important for the growth of our spirit. The goal is to learn and then to teach, to grow and then to help others to grow, to gain and then share. This is represented by taking a small amount of bread and eating it, then passing another piece to another. It is a simple, beautiful, and deeply profound ceremony. Even though the Scottish Rite no longer requires this ceremony, it can be of great value to all who are of like mind. If those of the same desire gather, even in their own homes, on a certain schedule, for a little time of private spiritual sharing of peace, kindness, and giving, it can be a beneficial and a rewarding time. By doing this, a bond can be created between those of like spirit. We can help and should help each other grow and improve. I believe that this is the meaning of the Maundy Thursday ceremony. It is something that we should keep alive in our hearts.